Good morning. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Amanda, if you don't know who I am. And I'm really excited because today we are actually going to be making a gluten-free Cinnabon cinnamon roll cake. And I made this in a previous video, but I made it with wheat flour. So this time I'm going to try making it gluten-free and see how it turns out and tastes, because the last time I made it, it smelled so amazing and I couldn't eat it. So I'm now making it gluten-free so I can try it out and enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get started and see how this turns out, because we have a busy day today. It's gorgeous out, so I want to get this done, and then as soon as it's done, it'll probably be around time to pick up the kids, and I so want to get outside and enjoy the nice warm weather here in North Carolina that we have going on today. It's going to get around 73, probably around like noonish, 2 o'clock. And so I'm really excited to get out there with them. So let's go ahead and get started on this and get this made. This is like the only one thing I really have to bake today, because we're going to be having leftovers, because I'm just pretty stocked in my refrigerator and I don't want to waste anything. So let's get this going and see how this turns out. You're going to need a large bowl, and we're going to start with the bottom layer for this Cinnabon cinnamon roll cake, and we're using gluten-free flour by King Arthur gluten-free measure for measure flour. This is one of my favorites. I really love it, but you definitely have to be very careful, because some gluten-free products now are putting wheat in their ingredients. They consider it as clean wheat, but definitely be very careful. I can't have any wheat in my stuff, even if it says gluten-free. We're going to start by adding 3 cups of flour to the large bowl. And again, this is gluten-free flour that we are using in this recipe. Add 1.5 cups of milk. You will need 1 cup of white sugar. You will need 2 eggs, and I like to save my eggshells and put them in the freezer until I have this whole bag completely filled up, and then I will bake them and crush them up and put them all over my garden. So this is perfect time to start really stocking up on those eggshells. That way then when I have everything planted in my garden, I can go ahead and sprinkle these all around for the season. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now you need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to take an electric hand mixer, and we're going to mix this very well until all the ingredients are nicely combined. Now as you're mixing, the batter may seem very thick, and that's okay, because we're going to be adding in a 1/4 cup of melted butter in a bit. So do not worry that the batter seems very thick. Now we're going to take a 1/4 cup of butter, and we're going to go ahead and melt it. I zapped mine in the microwave for about a good 30 seconds. Now pour the melted butter into the bowl, and we're going to go ahead and take the electric mixer, and we're going to go ahead and mix this all together. You want to incorporate the melted butter nicely into the batter, and this will definitely help loosen the batter up a little bit so it won't be so thick. But it will slightly be thick, but don't be alarmed. It will still turn out fabulous. Trust me. I just want to get the extra batter off the blades, and then we're going to go ahead and get it into our baking dish that we're going to be using. We're going to take a 9x13 baking dish, and we're going to spray it nicely with some pan spray. So that way when you cut your slices and you scoop it out, it comes out so nice and easy. Plus also it makes cleaning up at the end when you're done with it all, makes cleaning so nice. Now that our batter is done for the bottom layer, we're going to go ahead and take it and put all of it into the baking dish. I'm just going to scrape down the sides so I can get as much as possible into the baking dish. The batter is very thick, but trust me, it will work out, because when we add the second layer on top, it's going to be so good, especially when it's all done and you can eat it. So don't worry about how thick this actually feels. It'll be perfectly fine. Just scraping out the rest of what's in the bowl and then just putting it in the baking dish. And now we're going to go ahead and smooth it out to a nice equal layer, so that way when we do add that next layer on top, it'll be perfect. Now that we have the bottom layer completely done, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now we're going to go ahead and start on the top layer, which won't take long at all. So let's go ahead and get that going. You're going to need another bowl, and we're going to need 1 cup of butter softened. Now I pulled mine out this morning before taking my kids to school, but it wasn't soft enough to where I wanted it to be. So I'm actually going to zap mine in the microwave for a good 30 seconds until it's just a little soft. I don't want to melt it completely. I just want it to have some softness when I go to touch the butter. Now, everyone's microwave can be so different. So you can start by microwaving it for 15 seconds and see if it's soft enough, or you can go for another 15 seconds. That way then you don't melt it completely. Now add 1 cup of brown sugar. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of gluten-free flour. We're using the same flour that we used on the bottom layer. And now you need 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. We're going to go ahead and use the same beaters we used for the bottom layer. Now that we have all the ingredients in this bowl for our top layer, it is perfectly fine that we're using the same beaters. I could wash them, that would be fine. I just definitely wanted to get this done and in the oven so that way I could get other things done around the house and hang out with my youngest child as well. So we're going to mix this until it's nicely combined together. Now that our top layer is all mixed, here's what it looks like. We're going to set this aside and we're going to grab our bottom layer that's in the baking dish. Now that we have both of these ready, we can go ahead and put them together. What we're going to do is take a spoon and we're going to spoon out the first layer and drop it down on top of the bottom layer. Once you have that all done, we're going to do like a marble swirl on the top layer into the bottom layer. You're going to use a knife to do that. It's going to create like a marble effect. Now that I have the top layer on top of the bottom layer, we can go ahead and do the marbling with the knife and just going back and forth with it. There's no wrong way of doing this. It's just giving it a good kind of like a blend in a way, getting it into the batter. The bottom batter is very thick, so I definitely did it a few times so that way it would give it that effect going into the bottom layer as well. It is now time to put it into the preheated oven of 350 degrees. Bake it for 25 to 30 minutes until a knife or a toothpick comes out clean. While it's baking in the oven, we're going to go ahead and start on the glaze. And you're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar. You will need 5 tablespoons of milk. And you will need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we're going to go ahead and mix this all together until it's lump free. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Now that the glaze is done, we're going to go ahead and set it to the side and we're going to check to see how our Cinnabon cinnamon cake is doing. And we're going to actually pour this on while it is nice and warm. The Cinnabon cinnamon roll cake is done. It took a total of 35 minutes until my knife came out clean when I checked it in the center of it. But look how tasty that looks. It smells so good right now in my house. I really like how this turned out. I definitely will be making this again, and this is going to be perfect for a holiday meal, especially when you have those busy weekends and you need something just to whip up and have for breakfast. This will be so perfect for that. And it's gluten-free, which is so perfect because my family actually liked this a lot, even as gluten-free. We've made the wheat one in a previous video. You can check that one out if you are looking for something that is not gluten-free. But for people who are gluten-free, this is so tasty and amazing. Definitely pour the glaze over top when it's nice and warm. That way then it just melts nicely. And then go ahead and spread it as well so you get every little area covered with the glaze. I really loved how easy this was to make, and it's so delicious. It's so soft and moist. It's just full of flavor. I really love it a lot, and I'm really excited that I was able to try it. And I loved how convenient it was to just swap out wheat flour with the gluten-free flour, and this worked out perfectly. I mean, I just took a regular recipe that was made for a wheat, type of flour, and this just turned out really good. And look how nice this is cutting. It's so, 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 so tasty. If you're gluten-free, I highly recommend that you should try this recipe out. I will have it in the description box down below with the link and some notes in there on what I did. Definitely try it out. It is so worth it. And it didn't take long at all. I was able to get it done in a good amount of time. I thought I wouldn't get done until about getting close to getting the kids from school, but it didn't take long at all. I was really happy how fast it took, and I was able to get other things done before picking the kids up from school and actually hanging out with my little one too and reading books. It was really nice. But it's so delicious. It's so tasty. My kids were so happy when they got home from school and they smelt how nice it smelt in the house. And then they went to the kitchen counter and saw this there and they were like, "Oh, did you make it again?" And I said, "Yes, but I made it gluten-free." And they loved it. It smells amazing. It just got out of the oven. I put the glaze on top. It says to put it on when it's nice and warm. Oh, it smells so good. Look how tasty that looks. And it's gluten-free. I get to try some. Let me get a fork. He's rolling cars over there. You want to come say hi? Come say hi? Come say hi. I see your head. You can come say hi. I think someone wants to try some too. Yum. Hi. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try a bite. Wow, look at that. Let's see if it's hot. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing for gluten-free. It's so soft and just full of flavor. I mean, look at that bite right there with all that cinnamon, butter, brown sugar topping we made. Wow. So worth it. And the nice thing is, the nice thing is this freezes nicely too. So I can put this in containers and we can have it for breakfast one morning and we can share it. It's so nice. I made the wheat one for everyone else. It froze perfect for them and they were able to have it during breakfast time. It was nice. So I'm excited. I get to have some that's gluten-free. You want to try it? Want to try it? Yeah? No, you don't want to try it? You want to try? Yeah. You want to try it? You want to try it? No? Well, nope, he's being silly. You sure you don't try it? One, two. No. No. Come on, it's so good. You want to try it? We just got done eating lunch. That's probably why he doesn't want to try anything. But it was so tasty. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. And please subscribe. This is so good. If you're gluten-free, it's tasty. I say definitely make it. Ooh. You like it? He's trying to grab the whole thing. You like it, huh? Yum. It was so nice when we got home. We all had some of the Cinnabon cinnamon roll cake, and then we got outside and enjoyed the nice weather and started working on our garden beds and getting them prepped and ready. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.